Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do my introduction for the OWL Readathon. I found out about this readathon super last minute. Like, I was watching Read by Zoe's live show on Instagram before her 24-hour readathon, and she was talking about it, how she was going to do it. And then I looked it up yesterday, and I was like, you know what? I really want to do this. I really want to give this a shot. I don't know how well it's going to be, but I do know I was going to be vlogging this month anyway because I'm going to Denver, actually, in 8 days. I'm flying out for my first ever time in Denver, really. So there's that. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to read. This could just be a completely bogus TBR. Like, I could read things that fit into this category, but it might not be the ones I'm showing you. So, yeah, let's just give it a shot. And, so how this is going to be working is, like, she gave different career options you could choose, so you can pick your TBR from that. And I ended up choosing the curse breaker career. So, like, you go through and you have to get, like, your OWLs in these things by reading these books. That's at least how I'm guessing it's working. Like, I could be totally misunderstanding the concept. But, yeah, no. So for the curse breaker, you need to get your OWLs in Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Potions, and Transfiguration. So that is a lot of books. I normally try to read 5 a month. March was a little different because I did that 24-hour readathon, and I ended up reading, I think, 10 in March. And yeah, so let's just give this a shot and see where it goes. So for Ancient Runes, you need to read a retelling. So I'm going to kind of use this as like a way to get some stuff on my shelves off of them that I have not read yet. So for the retelling, I ended up picking Cinder, the first book in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. This has been on my shelf since I first discovered BookTube in 2015. So yeah, this has been on my shelves for a while. It was like maybe 2016, I think. I know the only 3 that were out in paperback at the time were Cinder, Scarlet, and I think Cress. I don't know what's what, but I know they're on my shelf back there. So, yeah, so I want to give this one a shot. I think I read like the first 100 pages or so, and then it was kind of like I didn't DNF it, but I put it down and started reading another book, and I just kind of forgot about it, and I forgot what I was reading as I was reading it, so I wasn't really invested in the story. So yeah, I really want to give this a shot and maybe see if I can continue on with the series, because I've already bought some of them. Alright, our next prompt would be for Arithmancy, which is more than one author on the cover. So for that is another one I started, but this one's been on my shelf for a lot less time. And that is The Iron Trial by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. I was, as you can see with the bookmark, 32 pages into this, and I was only really reading it in my car before I would go into work. So I was only giving myself maybe like 5 to 10 minutes at a time to read this. And I was interested in the story. It was starting to get interesting and really pick up. And I was really starting to maybe learn the world, at least for what you can in 32 pages. Like, understanding like some of the different things, how our main character, Callum, he isn't supposed to really want to pass the trials. So yeah, I just really want to see where this goes. I actually got the first 4 books in this series over Christmas, and I really just want to see if I can maybe pick it up and get this series going, because it seems like a very fun middle grade book. Alright, our next prompt for Charms is going to be read an adult work. Like, I didn't copy all these down word for word, so I'm just kind of summarizing what they are. But it's read an adult work. And for that, I have 2 that I want to try to read. I'm probably going to end up reading 1, maybe neither, I don't know. But the first one is one that these both have actually been on my shelf for very little time. I just started reading adult this year, and I've only read 1, so I don't know how well I'm going to like it. But the first one is going to be You by Carolyn Kepnes. I actually picked this up when I was watching back on Emma Books, her channel, and she really raved about this book in her 2018 wrap-up, I think it was. And the preface and like the story sounds interesting. and I really want to watch the show, and now that I have the book, I'm not going to want to watch the show until I read this book. So yeah, maybe that'll help kind of get me off my ass and read it. The other one was actually another recommendation, I think, from Emma Books, which is very weird because I normally don't like read things based on one booktuber's recommendation. I normally go back through and try to read them, but this was in the Barnes & Noble like book haul sale for 50% off. So I picked up An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. I just totally butchered those names. And yeah, no, I don't know much about this. I just like she was really interested in it, so I was like, you know, the cover looks neat. It's 50% off. Probably shouldn't have bought it because I don't know anything about it at all. I just know it's a thriller, and yeah, I'll just see if I can get into this one. All right, our next prompt is going to be for Defense Against the Dark Arts, and it's read a book that starts with the letter R. So for that, I ended up choosing The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. The Raven Boys has been on my shelf now for over a year. It's always been something I've been hearing people about. I know it is a beloved series by many, and I just have not started it. I don't know why. It's 400 pages. I could probably read it in like 3 or 4 days. And it's just one of the things like I just never started, and I want to. So maybe this challenge will kind of get me to get my butt in gear to actually read it. Right, our next prompt is going to be for potions, and that is going to be read a sequel. So for potions, I'm actually choosing The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. And I don't know if I'm going to stick with this one. I'm planning on bringing it on my trip to Denver as well as The Raven Boys. So I'm going to have 10 days to read both The Raven Boys and The Dream Thieves. And I'm just going to see what I can do. Like, see if I can pick it up, see if I get into the series. And yeah, I don't know anything about The Raven Boys or The Dream Thieves. I just know people have loved them, and I hope I'm one of them. And the last prompt is actually going to be for Transfiguration, and that is going to be read a book with splayed edges or a red cover. I have plenty of books with splayed edges. I can only think of 2 at the moment, and that is going to be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, my Slytherin covers, both the hardcover and the paperback, and the hardcover and paperback of my Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets in the Slytherin covers. So, can't think of anything else with splayed edges. I think The Prisoner of Azkaban has splayed edges for this, like the house covers as well, but I don't own that yet. I haven't driven out the hour to Medina to kind of get with that bookseller that does sell those. So, I'm going to go with red cover, and I have 2 I want to read for this, but the one I'm choosing out of those 2 is actually going to be American Heart by Laura Moriarty. I don't know anything about this book. I think that's going to be the theme for every book I've read this month. I don't know anything about it. I don't remember picking this book up. I don't remember when I got it. I'm not even sure when the copyright is on the back because it's not there. So, I don't know. I know I've seen this in paperback now in my Barnes & Noble, and yeah, I'm just going to try to read it and see where it ends up, because I don't know anything about it. It looks like a thriller, because I'm just seeing the words, "You should turn yourself in," and that he was right, and any adult we knew would turn her in. So, you know, sounds interesting. Hope I like it, because it's not really long. It's like 300-400 pages. So, who knows? Let's just see where this ends up. And that is that. That is going to be my TBR for the OWL Readathon. You can expect some vlogs during this too. Maybe more so during the 10 days I am out of state. And maybe some when I'm not at work or getting ready for work, listening to audiobooks. Who knows what I'm going to feel like. And that is that, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.